Hello and welcome to EV Car Share. This is a beautiful sunny morning in June. We've had, here in the UK, we've had some horrible kind of rainy, cold weather for the start of June, but it's now about the 20th, I think it's the 20th of June. So June's almost over, but it's the longest day-ish, not quite yet, but around that sort of time. And we've got some beautiful weather, beautiful blue skies, and yeah, nice warm conditions. So today I am introducing my new statistics run or statistics drive, and what I want to do and why I'm going to do it and all that sort of stuff. So I'll tell you all about it once we get going, because I want to get going in a moment as soon as possible. I am currently at Buckden at the Shell garage here. I've never actually stopped here. I'm not getting out of the car or anything, no need. There are some charge points here. The car is telling me that there are 4 out of 4 available. There is actually a cone in front of one of them, so I don't know whether Shell have made that one fail or what, but so the car is reading 4 out of 4, but there's only 3 out of 4 really, because one of them's out of order and Shell aren't telling the system, which is annoying, but that's like Shell, isn't it? They charge you extra high prices for extra poor reliability in places you would never want to charge, like the forecourt of a petrol station. So anyway, enough of that. I'll get on my way and I'll tell you all about this stats drive that I'm going to be doing. So we're on our way, just pulling away from Buckden into the 60-mile-an-hour zone here on the A1, heading down towards the Black Cat roundabout. This is my usual drive into Dunstable, which is where we have an office as a company. This is where I have a desk, let's say. I don't work there all the time. I work from home sometimes, I work at customer sites sometimes, but I sometimes have to go in as well into the office to do some work there as well. So it's a regular drive, which is kind of where this whole stats drive idea is coming from. My plan with this is to fill in the holes on the data supplied by the manufacturer. Obviously, I have one car. This is my Kia EV6. If you're not familiar with the Kia EV6, there's lots of information out there, just kind of general reviews and things like that. I'm not doing that sort of stuff. It's already been done by everybody else. But people do always ask, kind of, what range do you get? What efficiency do you get? How much does that efficiency drop when you go at 70 mile an hour compared to 60 mile an hour? How much does it drop when you go into winter compared to summer, when you have the aircon on, etc., etc., and so on and so forth. So all of these questions that people ask just aren't really answerable by the people who make the cars. They just don't have the time to repeat the same drives over and over again. But I do. I am doing these drives, and like all of my drives on this channel, none of them are set up or designed for the channel. They're all fly on the wall style, or fly on the windscreen if you prefer, style documentary, in that you're seeing inside my drive that I would have been doing anyway. So there's nothing being set up, there's nothing being filmed specifically for the show, or driven specifically for the show. Of course, it's being filmed for the show, and that's what I'm doing right now. So with these stats drives, my plan is to, at the moment, I've only just started, I've only got like 2 or 3 drives under my belt, into a spreadsheet, and so far all of those drives have been done in the same driving style. So far I've put them all on eco mode on the car. I've had the automatic climate control on, set to 20 degrees for both passenger and driver, and I've driven to the speed limits. So at the moment I'm doing 70. I've come out of that 60 zone, I'm doing 70. It's on my cruise control at 70. Now we all know that isn't a real 70, that's the dashboard 70, but I think most people will consider 70 to be what they see on the dashboard. They don't really want to be doing 73 on the dashboard just to be doing an actual 70. I don't think that's the way people tend to drive. Obviously some people do, and if you do, fair enough, but most people don't, is my suspicion. So by driving the same route over and over again at the same speed with the same aircon conditions, etc., same eco mode, hopefully I will be able to store up enough stats to show efficiency and how efficiency changes. So the main stat I'm going to be looking at off my car scanner is going to be the energy usage in kilowatt hours. I'm going to take that value, the start and stop values when I start the journey and end the journey, and distill that down into an average and average it with different temperatures and so on. The temperature for the drive I'm going to take as being the battery temperature. So I'm going to take the minimum battery temperature at the beginning and the maximum battery temperature, well, maximum minimum battery temperatures throughout the journey. So that'll be the coldest part of the battery at the coldest time of the journey compared to the hottest part of the battery at the hottest part of the journey. I never need to charge on these journeys, so the temperature of the battery will remain pretty cool and will remain fairly much at ambient, I would think. I will follow the sat nav in terms of route that I'm taking, so I will be logging a few different routes as well, slightly different changes to the route, because there are a couple of different options, and the sat nav will adjust that depending on traffic. I'm not going to purposefully sit in traffic. With regard to traffic, obviously this journey is a commute, so there will be traffic, so it won't be constant 70 mile an hour journeying. It will be up and down, but at 40, 30, 20 when the traffic builds. I mean, coming down here you can see just ahead of me the traffic is building now, and we will queue to the Black Cat roundabout. But as I say, I'm trying to cover reality in my videos. So journeys do have traffic. This is what I get when I do this journey. So this is what you will see. Well, obviously I won't just film endlessly queuing traffic and make it all really boring. I'll only be filming segments of my journey. In fact, most of these journeys won't be filmed. So far I haven't filmed any. This is the first one because I wanted to introduce what I'm doing. Beyond this, it will just be mostly reporting stats on the Facebook page, to be honest. So that's basically it. I will be reporting my stats to and from work. I will report them separately. I will have a to journey and a from journey, so they will be reported separately, so you can see how one compares to the other, how morning compares to an evening, yeah, those sorts of things. I think I'll make them more comparable. Other things I hope to log: time taken, so the time it takes me to get there or get back. This would give an indication of how congested a specific journey was, so I've got more data. Hopefully I can filter down to just the fastest journeys, say the top half, so the fastest half of my journeys compared to the slowest half of my journeys, and see how that affects the data. Yeah, I think it'll be quite a data-rich sample set, and I'll be able to draw several or multiple conclusions from it. So, after all of that rambling, I guess the question is, what do you think? Is it worth doing? Is this the sort of information that will be useful to you? Obviously, I'm only going to be doing this with one car because I only have the Kia EV6 available to me. If I was to do it across multiple cars, then I would dilute the data because I wouldn't have as many data points to play with. So I think it's quite useful actually having it just across the one car. But yeah, I'd be interested to find out, interested to know what your thoughts are with regard to this project. Is it something that you'd be interested in? and also what sort of data would you like to see me output from it? Those are the two big questions. Okay, almost finished today's stats drive. I think also as part of this series, what would be useful to people is kind of a review of the charging infrastructure, public charging infrastructure. Again, because these are journeys just that I'm doing to work, I'm not picking times of day or days of week or anything like that causes the infrastructure to be particularly busy or particularly quiet or anything like that. So you will see what it is, when it is, how it is, as I keep saying. So today seems to be a quiet day though, I'll admit that. The traffic is quieter than usual. It may well be because the European Championships football is underway, and this evening at 5 p.m. there is an England game, so a lot of people may be working from home or taking the day off. Maybe take the day off, get some beers in, nice beautiful sunshine, have a barbecue, enjoy the game in the evening. Maybe I should have thought of that myself as well earlier, but I haven't, so I'm on the road, and I'll be on the road on the way back, and I'll have to listen to it on the radio. But in terms of charging infrastructure, there was nobody charging at the Shell charge points at Buckden on the A1. There didn't appear to be anybody charging at the Osprey chargers near St Neots, just near the Black Cat roundabout. According to my sat-nav, I didn't actually drive up there to check, but it appeared that there were 6 of 6 available. I now pick up on my sat-nav the Gridserve chargers at Toddington Services, and it's telling me there are 5 out of 6 available. So somebody is charging there, but there are loads of availability. That's on the highest power chargers. They also have medium power chargers there. There are 2 out of 3 of those available, and they also have the slow AC chargers in that same location, and there are 2 out of 2 available of those. So if you have CHAdeMO, I know there are connectors there for CHAdeMO as well, so every type of car can charge there. It's only the oldest of the Teslas that have the Tesla specific charge connection that will have to use an adapter, but I think most of those drivers have those adapters anyway, because you need them. Most of the infrastructure is CCS2 in the UK, including the latest Tesla version 3 and 4 units. So you're going to have them if you've got an old Tesla anyway. You're going to have the adapter, and you're going to be using it a lot. So yeah, infrastructure this morning is looking fantastic. There's loads of availability of charging if you want it. The one thing I would say is that it is still very expensive. We're still looking at stupid prices for public charging. I fortunately have home charging, so I'm driving today at around 2 pence per mile, which is great, really cheap, far cheaper than I'd be driving if it was petrol or diesel. But if I were using the public charging, then I would be possibly charging at 20 pence per mile equivalent, or driving at 20 pence per mile equivalent, and that's obviously more expensive than petrol or diesel. So public charging infrastructure, the infrastructure is great, the pricing is rubbish as things stand. Hopefully that will change in some way in the future, but we will have to wait and see. At the moment, if you have off-road parking or somewhere where you can fit a home charger, then EVs are definitely the way, definitely a great option. If you don't, then I would hang on and wait and see how things develop before making that jump, if I were you. Here we are, just coming into Toddington Services. I've got a bit of time. As I say, traffic was good this morning, so I've got a bit of time to kill, to be fair. So I thought I'd come in and check to see if these services are indeed as available as my sat nav's telling me. Unfortunately, I realised something. Could do with getting parked somewhere. Oh well, doesn't matter. So here are the Gridserve charge points, and there is one charging and there is one there in the medium power. So yep, it is exactly as the sat nav is saying, which is good. And let's then rejoin the motorway. So yeah, in this case the Kia software, the Kia sat nav software, the Kia Live link, all the Gridserve information that's being pumped out to the net, that's all tallying up, it's all reliable, it's all matching, so great. There is a disclaimer in the Kia information when you look at it, probably just for the first time. It does tell you that the data may not reflect what's happening on the road, which is fair enough because there is always going to be a delay. All this is based on network connectivity. And you could also have someone just parked in that bay having finished charging but not moved yet because they've gone to do other things, or they've the car's finished charging but they haven't come back out to it yet. So there's possibilities that what you see on the information screen in car is not what you find on the road in reality, but in this case it is. So all is good. So just about finished my first stats drive, or stats run, whatever you want to call it. As I was saying earlier, let me know what you think of the idea, let me know what you think of the data, what you want to see from the data, whether it be interesting, that sort of thing. But yep, I'm yards away from where I need to be. So I will sign off here. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me again with some more EV car share. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and also you can find me on Facebook. Also, just search EV car share. And I think X as well, although I don't really do much Xing. Do you want X? Whatever. Could do Threads, Instagram. There's only so many social medias you can do, isn't there? Just Facebook and YouTube at the moment, really. So follow me on those. Thank you for watching, and this is me signing off.